headband is like still something new in my life. Like I've been wearing headbands for a few months now. It just like keeps the hair back. It's like really a useful tool, but like it just like with the hair and like making sure it looks right for camera, like it gets a little complicated. So I'm like always preening, and I was like, I can't be doing that. I can't be doing that anymore. So I just resolved on not wearing it for this.
It's not a hint to the 80s character that you play at all.
I mean, it might be. Sure, let's go with that, yeah.
Will the headband appear in a flash?
What's that?
Will the headband appear?
I don't know. I actually have no idea what's in store for the future of what Cisco wears. I think fans can definitely expect more of the sort of like, you know, the graphic tee with like cultural references and geeky references and stuff like that.
Who picks those for you?
What's that?
Do you pick those, or does someone wardrobe?
It's sort of it's very much a mutual collaborative process. I mean, obviously, like Kate Main, she pulls all the shirts and sort of suggests shirts and suggests like websites and stuff like that. So she definitely suggests designs, but what I love about being a part of the show is that it's so collaborative. She definitely like asks for input, like what do you think about this shirt? Like, do you think this is within the vein of this character? And she understands that because we've lived with these characters and we give these characters life, we understand them best. And so I'm always really happy to be able to provide input. And sometimes I say, hey, I think this would be a really cool idea if we had a shirt like this, or whatever. So yeah, it's
Will
cool.
we see your meta-human side in the next season?
First of all, that's a dope phone case. It's amazing, and I love that fact that I'm talking to Zoidberg essentially right now. Second, I would say there are some biological changes happening for Cisco in his body, specifically with his head space. There were dreams and visions that he was having around episode 18 and 20, and obviously those were used as tools for catching the Reverse Flash. I think fans can expect some more of that, and expect specifically for Cisco to start dealing with the changes that are happening in his body and what the repercussions of what Dr. Wells said in the finale are.
Or emotionally, how would you describe his journey as a character, as a person? How would you say sort of the events of season 1 have changed this guy?
Well, I think essentially at his heart, Cisco's a little kid, and as having that youthful energy and that youthful spirit about him, I don't know, kind of graces him with a lack of maturity in certain situations. So overall, I think his biggest struggle, his biggest arc, so to speak, is dealing with maturity and having to struggle with accountability and responsibility and whatnot. And season 2 is definitely a continuation of that, of learning how to be responsible, learning what it takes to be a hero, essentially.
You spoke about the dreams.
Yeah.
The visor you wore in the episode was very Vibe-esque.
Yes, it was.
Was that something that we might see down the road, or was that just a prop for that episode?
Well, as it is with comic book shows, like nothing is dead. No one is ever really dead. Nothing is ever really dead. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't be surprised if that sort of made a resurgence. But I'm also going to say this, Easter eggs in general, or things that reference something else from the comic book chronology or the lore, they're never just something for fun. They always have a purpose, and Jeff Johns and Andrew Kreisberg stick by that. So that should always be remembered. It's always for a purpose.
So last season, we got to see a little bit more of Cisco's family. Are the any family dynamics going to come up this season?
I hope so. I think the family dynamics bring a dimension, a side of Cisco that really it says a lot about who he is foundationally. The foundations of who he is as a person, and so that gives that character life. So I hope they definitely bring back Nick to play Dante. I think that'd be really fun.
These shows are so diverse with the different people that they pull in.
Yeah.
You get to play one of the smartest Latino characters on television, and now we have a Latino hot girl. How do you feel getting to be a part of this entire movement?
I mean, it's kind of like crazy to me that it's such a big deal, because it sort of seems like a no-brainer to me. You know, we live in a very diverse society, and we have all sorts of cultures being represented out there, and we live in a very diverse world, and we're just trying to make a show that reflects the reality that we live in, the world that we live in, and it's a very diverse world, and so it just makes sense to me. You know what I mean? Okay, thank you so much.